friends are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good day, Vail. Good day, Vail. Let's see what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring or fall. You're home in the Rockies as it all. So gear up, get ready to plan your day. The ideas are brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good day, Vail. Good day, Vail.
Hi there, I'm Cece Zach with Good Day Vail, and today I am so excited to bring a topic to you that is very near and dear to my heart, as many of them are, but I know is very near and dear to everyone out there watching this episode, and it's about aging gracefully. How do we think about ourselves and what do we do in order to enjoy how we age and really enjoy being in our own skin? So I am very grateful today to have Jessica Ballentine, who is the owner of Revival Med Spa Boutique in Edwards, as well as her right-hand lady, Krissy, who is a licensed medical aesthetics provider, as well as a beauty consultant. So stick with us because this is a show not to be missed because I know all of you want to age gracefully.
Good day, Vail. Good day, Vail.
Hi y'all, welcome back to Good Day Vail. I am Cece Zach and I am so excited about this episode around aging gracefully. And to help me learn more about how I can age gracefully and how all of you can age gracefully, so blessed to have Jessica and Krissy here with me today from Revival Studios. So thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Cece.
We're so excited to be here.
Thank you.
Well, as I do with every episode, I love for the viewers to just get a really brief history of why you're in Vail, how long have you been here, and why do you stay here? So, Jessica, how about just very briefly tell us why?
I've been here for 21 years. I actually moved here from Telluride. I've kind of bumped all around the state, but I ended up here mainly because of community, the ability to establish a career, plus the proximity to still be able to get close to Denver and get to my friends and music and some of the arts there. But being here in the mountains and being able to get outside, so kind of having the best of all worlds. I love it. The community here is amazing. I've established such a great friend group and great women surrounding me.
Well, and I have to say, Jessica, as I was getting ready for this episode, I've talked to a lot of people about how to age gracefully here in this valley, and everyone says you've got to meet Jessica and her family at
Yes.
Revival. So we are so blessed.
Awesome.
And so just briefly, how long have you been in the valley for?
21 years. I moved here February of 2002. So
Wow.
yeah, I just had my 21-year anniversary. This is home. I've been here more. This is the longest place I've ever been here. I was born and raised in Kansas City, and I've been in Vail for longer than I've been from where I'm from. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, Krissy, what about you? Why
Yeah.
Vail and how long?
So initially I came out, my older sister owned a home here, so I used to come out and visit her, and then actually moved to live with her my senior year of high school. So I graduated from Battle Mountain in 2000 and went back to California, where I'm from, for a few years and missed it and came back out. I've been here since 2004. And it's definitely my home. Like Jess was saying, I've been here longer than anywhere else now. The community is amazing. That's what keeps me here. I think that it's something that is so different and so special here. It's such a tight-knit group of people that, you're able to celebrate your biggest wins with, and also the same people that really hold you up through tragedy and loss. And I'm so blessed to raise my son here, who's almost 4 now. It's such a great place to raise kids. And
Oh, wow. You two, thank you so much for sharing that with me, because that's why I came here. And I got to be honest, I kind of wish I came here at the age that you two did, which was, I am dating myself quite a bit. But thank you for sharing that with us, because that just, helps us all recognize, especially with TV8, we're here for the community, and you two epitomize, why there is a community here.
this
So
is our
thank you.
home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the topic, because I want to age gracefully. Let's talk a little bit about
we all?
the term aging before we get into how we can do it gracefully. I mean, Jessica, you have a very strong feeling about that term anti-aging. So let's talk about how it shouldn't be anti-aging and something more beautiful.
Yeah, so, aging is I think, as we've kind of talked about before, aging is something that we should have gratitude for. And it's not something that we should look at in a negative fashion. We're fortunate to age. And so what we want to do is age gracefully. It's more about taking care of ourselves, being healthy, being fit, having balance in our lives. By aging gracefully, we take care of ourselves. We're taking care of our emotional health, our spiritual health, our mental health, as well as our physical health.
Yeah, and let me interject for a second, because I think, if I look at the reasons why I moved here, and everyone in Viewerland knows I'm in my late 50s.
Enjoy the outdoors.
Well, that, but it's also to age and actually have my best years.
Totally.
So help me understand that a little bit more, using that philosophy that you have and apply it towards someone like me.
Well, we're fortunate enough to age, right? So we're fortunate to be at this place, especially in this community. We're active, we're outdoors, we're mindful, we're more healthy. Like when the pandemic came on, we had a healthier state of affairs here because we're healthier people. We're outside. But that being said, our skin kind of takes a beating because we're out in the elements.
Sun, yeah,
Yes.
and we're in the altitude.
It's the altitude, the dry air, and so we're active. We're exposed to heat, sun, dryness, all of that more intensely here than in a lot of other communities.
And excuse me again for interrupting, because that's the one thing I have struggled with. So I've been on and off in the Valley for 4 years, and I really struggle with how do I create a routine. When I lived in New York City, I had a routine, and I saw an esthetician regularly. But here, it's just funny. It's been a real challenge. And to your point, those elements, they change on a dime.
They do.
So that means, I'm assuming, that we need to change on a dime to ensure that we're giving our skin the best chance for healthy glow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can burn in 6 minutes up here at the exposure to the sun here. So, we need all the help we can get. People are really familiar with SPF or sun protection factors, but there's also something called EPFs, or environmental protection factors. And those factor into things like vitamin C or serums that help keep our skin protected from the elements. Our skin barrier is really important. That if that barrier is disrupted or not functioning properly, then we're more susceptible to damage from the environment. So using things like proper sunscreen, as well as other skincare products in a daily routine, are really important. Just like you work out at the gym every day, it's really important that you still eat healthy and you stay hydrated and all of these things. And so there's many things that we can do on a daily basis to keep our skin healthy. It's our largest organ. It's our first line of defense. It's the first thing everybody sees when you meet someone. You can't cover it up with a hat or throw a slouchy sweater on.
Yeah.
So it's really important that we show up with our best self forward in terms of skincare and how we look every day. And that translates to how we show up in a relationship. So we talk about that, like how
The trickle down effect
Yeah.
from taking care of yourself and taking care of your skin. When you look good, you feel good.
Yeah,
and I don't know, it's like the chicken
Yes.
or the egg. But you also, when you feel good, you look good. When you look good, you feel good. So
And it
what
shows
comes
up in our
first?
relationships, professionally, personally, career-wise. If you are looking good, you show up better, you feel better.
So Krissy, let's talk a little bit about you, because you're very kind to say that you would share with the viewers what you've done to enhance your mind and your body and your soul and your beauty. So tell us a little bit about what you've been through over the since you met Jessica.
Yeah, so I met Jessica probably 13, 14 years ago, so we've known each other quite a while. I've always been somebody that has been kind of obsessed with the beauty industry in general. I was the little girl, 5 years old, making at-home masks for my family and friends. So it's always been important to me to take care of myself in that way. I grew up with a single mom who was really adamant about self-care as well, and taught me that early to take care of myself mentally, emotionally.
I didn't have, so that's a fascinating background to have, especially as a woman or a male. If your family...
I'm raising my son to be the same way, to see me as taking care of myself. So I'm raising a really good partner one day as well.
We both have boys. It's really
We're both
important
single
for them
moms
to
to little
see
boys.
us taking care of ourselves. You know, that taking care of yourself is selfless.
Yeah.
Again, that translates into
We have to fill our own
relationships.
cups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you show up better, and you're able to take care of others better if you've filled your cup up first and taken care of yourself first. Yeah.
So
So the
Chris-
self-care
keep
element's
going.
huge. So finding time for yoga, finding time for meditation daily. You know, I set an alarm on my phone. I have 15-minute break at work. I put my headphones in, take care of myself that way. You know, cooking really delicious, healthy foods, eating locally as much as I can, eating seasonally, things like that. My water intake, Jess and I are huge on that. So the first thing we talk to our clients about is water, you know, and essentially trying to aim for at least a gallon a day. A lot of our clients
Gallon a day, all right? How many ounces?
90 to 120 ounces in a
okay.
day. Yeah. We like to use analogies a lot. So if you think of the difference between a raisin and a grape, the only difference is water. It's free, it's easily accessible, and that's one of the things you can do. So that's like the number one thing you could do for aging. And that and eliminating alcohol as much as possible.
Okay, well, therein lies my issue. But that's for another discussion,
Yeah.
another episode.
Yeah. We'll go
Maybe
there.
over a
We'll
glass
go
of
there.
wine with you. No, just kidding.
We'll go there later. But yeah, and then as far as the skincare part, I mean, I'm lucky. I work in this industry. I love it. So I have access to these treatments, but it's also something it's huge for us. I don't do anything on my clients that I don't have done on myself first. I want to know what it looks like, what the outcome is, what it feels like, so I can have that empathy and compassion when I'm doing the treatment and what the downtime is going to look like and feel like for my clients. So I do everything from injections, Botox, some filler, laser treatments, regular facials, chemical peels, M-Sculpt, body treatments, Emcella for sexual wellness and health, which is
Urinary incontinence.
this is a whole nother episode we can go into.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's
those
something
great
else we bring
topics
in.
for-
Yes. Sexual health is huge, and it's something that a lot of women and men are still, it's like taboo to talk about, and it's like, why? It makes our lives so much better. So that's something that we've incorporated into our practice now too, which has probably
love
been
that.
the biggest change for our clients out of everything. That's probably been the biggest.
So, if I understand you correctly, you're pretty much on your own treatment protocol, and you stay committed to it, whatever that is.
Yeah.
So I think with that, we're going to take a quick break, a station break, and. Viewers, this is just an extraordinary conversation. I've learned so much just in the few minutes we've been chatting, and stick with it because I think it's really important for you to see how you can thrive here in the mountains, in the elements that Jessica talks about, and learn more little tips about just incorporating it in your daily lives and create your own treatment protocol. I can't even speak today. All right, stick with us. We'll be right back. Good day, Vail.
Good day, Vail. Vail.
Welcome back to Good Day Vail. I'm Cece Zach, and I am here with Jessica and Krissy, and we are going to help you all, men, women, they, learn how to age gracefully. So we've got two phenomenal experts in the Valley, and I know they stay on top of education 24/7. So tell us a little bit about your schooling and your philosophy on keeping up with everything that's new. Jess?
So I've been in the industry. I went to school back in 2003, so I've been doing this for a little over 20 years now. I went to school down in Denver, and then I've continued education from there. I was going into my nursing program. I wanted to do midwifery or nurse anesthetist, and because I'd kind of hit a wall in terms of being in like the spa industry with aesthetics. I wanted to kind of expand my capacity, and I got a job working as a medical esthetician after having a medical aesthetics background initially out of school. I got back into the medical aesthetics industry and quickly learned that I was really changing people's lives by making them feel better and improving their quality of life, and realized I didn't have to deal with some of the not so fun stuff that you have to deal with nursing. So I continued my education in many different ways, and doing advanced trainings, clinicals, became a trainer, then got into like lead aesthetics and managing and heading a esthetician program specifically at Vail Dermatology, and working for some other laser companies, doing trainings and clinicals with them. And then we continue to stay abreast on that. As Krissy was talking about, it's a non-negotiable for us at Revival, all of the employees, not just our providers, but even our front desk staff, are what we call our beauty liaisons, to stay up to date on
Great
the
name,
newest.
by the way.
Thanks.
Fabulous
Yeah.
title.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, they are. They're liaisons, to help us help our clients in their experience, and that's what it is. It's an experience and a journey. But we stay up to date on all of that. Yeah.
And you know what you're making me realize, because your studio is beautiful, and like
you.
I said, your reputation precedes yourself, is that we don't need to go see doctors. And quite frankly, I am from the medical industry, and I've realized that traditional medicine surgery just isn't what it used to be, and it's not helping us get to our goals. And the two of you are proof that you don't have to have an MD behind your name. So
Right.
That's a big thing. A lot of people think that I went to go to a physician. Well, physicians don't typically have a lot of background in aesthetics, and they don't have the artistry or the eye for it.
Yeah.
Or it's a quick turnaround. It's like 15 minutes in, 15 minutes out, wham bam. We pride ourselves on taking our time and holding our clients' hands and really feeling connection and interaction with them. Making sure that they feel like they've had a holistic experience, and focusing on the background, not just the aesthetic portion, but what we can do internally in our daily lives. Food, exercise, meditation, relationships. Who do we have in our lives? How are we, showing up with those people? How are those people showing up with us?
Yeah, you really what you just made me realize, and I'm a firm believer that we have 4 quadrants in our life. And we have the intellectual, right? We have the physical, which is our vessel, our body, our vessel. We have a spiritual side, and that we have an emotional child, which is really about, who we are, trying to have fun. And it seems like you incorporate all of those, which I have never worked with an esthetician that has ever incorporated all of those. So thank you for sharing that, because that just came to me in a way about how I look at, parsing out the time I spend in those 4 quadrants. So
Yeah, for
And
sure.
that's why I have her here too. Because
Yeah.
she's of the same adage, yeah.
Absolutely. And it can be such an emotional, vulnerable experience for somebody to come in and to, be wanting to take better care of themselves, not really knowing where to start. But like Jess has said before, it's our face. It's what you're presenting to the world. So you really want to trust that person that you're with. So we don't take that lightly. We want our clients to fully trust in what we're doing. So we do everything we can to show up as knowledgeable and as present and as caring and compassionate as we can be. And I think our clients would attest that they feel that when they come to us.
And you know what I feel after having this brief conversation with the two of you and preparing for the episode is I feel safe. I know, Jess, I've been on the phone with you quite a few times. You've been driving down to Denver to go be trained on, new equipment or new technology, new tools of the trade. And you're making me feel safe. I do have friends that have seen other estheticians of such where they have come out and they've seen someone, they're not coming out looking refreshed. They're coming out looking
different.
Overdone and different. So
And you want people to notice. That's the point of us doing this, right? You want them to notice that something's been done or that you're looking good, but not. You want them. It should be the wow. What have you done? Not whoa.
Yes.
What have you
Or
done?
you look like you slept really well.
Yeah, well rested.
Yes.
Like something's glowing about you. Like something's changed, but in a healthy, positive way. Not that you've gone in and had some sort of treatment or procedure done that's made you look different than who you are. We're about enhancing your natural beauty.
Now, we didn't talk about this in preparation, but do you have mini support groups out of the boutique as well? I mean, besides yourselves, do you find that your clients kind of bond together and talk through things that may not be easy? Because I know commitment is like the key thing. It's not only your commitment to the client, but it's also the client's commitment to themselves. So I was just curious.
We do, and I'm really glad you brought that up. Actually, just as people seek us out, we're actually seeking out a specific type of clients too. We want people that are willing to hold themselves accountable, and that, as you said, have different support groups outside of just obviously Revival. But yes, we have many women in the industry that are, or many women in the community, I should say, that are resources or people that are of similar mindsets or that are wanting to kind of subscribe to the lifestyle that we choose to live, which is, again, that holistic kind of mind, body, beauty spectrum. So yes, we absolutely do. We talk about acupuncturists, we talk about naturopaths, we talk about the environment. You know, there's Fill and Refill, Allison from Fill and Refill, which is an amazing resource. Not only
I just had her on the show recently.
yeah,
Yeah,
she's
we
amazing,
love her.
and we send a lot
Yes.
of people to her to be more mindful of what we're putting in our homes, what's affecting the environment, and how we can support each other and build each other up, and educate each other. You know, we're constantly growing, we are constantly evolving, we're constantly becoming, hopefully, better humans, and that's important. And in order to do that, we have to rely on other amazing, strong men and women, and that's something that we are so grateful for that we have surrounding us. And we've attracted that, you know,
Yes,
in a positive way.
we truly believe like attracts like, you know. We keep our vibration high so that we bring that into the shop as well.
Absolutely.
You know, you're making me realize how much contribution you give to the community just in this brief little
That's
moment.
everything to us is connecting.
I would also
All
have
of
to
it.
imagine that you probably have a wait list quite often because if you're supporting these people and it's not just a one and done, or it's not once every 3 months going for a facial or a laser, it really is a lifestyle change.
It is.
And it's building a relationship. It's an ongoing, like a lot of times we'll say our first appointment with somebody is the first date.
Yep.
You know, we get to touching their skin, we see how it responds, we get to learn more about them and their lifestyle and
then we're
all
in
of
a
it.
relationship.
And then
we
we're
have
in a
the same
relationship.
goals, and we have to trust each other and all of those things. And yours, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, all right, ladies, I'm going to put you on the spot because I am assuming that your first consultations are probably a good 45 minutes to an hour.
About
You've got
45
90
minutes.
seconds with me. What would you do with me when I walk in at consultation? Just take me through the process of what you would go through.
Well, we'd first ask
Ask
you
you.
what your favorite feature is about yourself.
Oh my gosh.
We like to focus on the positive
Yes,
first.
and then enhance from there.
All right, my hair and my eyes.
Here in your eyes,
Beautiful.
love it.
So your eyes,
Great.
okay.
And then we'd
And
kind
by
of,
the way, I did have work done on my eyes. Yes, for yours, I did have an eye lift about
Good.
8
I've had
years
my
ago.
eyes done. I had my eyes done at 34. Nothing
Okay.
to be ashamed of.
No.
We talk about, we're unabashed about what we do. We're unapologetic. There's nothing wrong with it. We want to build other women up and men up by talking openly about what we do, and that you can age gracefully and look natural doing it.
Right.
Then we kind of ask you what it is that you've done in the past, which you already were very forthwith about. We'd talk to you about what other procedures you've had in terms of like in office with aesthetics, not like surgeries or things, how experienced you are, what kind of lifestyle you live,
What products you use on the daily, that's really important.
how often you're in the sun, what kind of, like, do you travel a lot, how active are you in terms of outdoors, socially, what kind of downtime are you willing to go through?
Downtime is key. You know, that's the one thing I've learned here is rest is...
It's hard for people to fit that in.
It is, and sleeping at
very
8,200 feet or wherever, 7,000 to 8,200 feet is not easy as well either. So thank you for bringing up rest. And it doesn't have to be sleep either. It could be the meditation that you do.
Totally. Thank you for
So,
saying that
yeah.
and being aware of that.
Yeah.
So we'd kind of go through that and just kind of talk to you about what your expectations are as well, what you're willing to do, what you're not willing to do. You know, we really want to listen first, which is why we take 45 minutes for a consultation, to really sit down and hold your hand and figure out what is the best path for you, because it's not a one size fits all.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure that you feel heard.
Well, ladies, I cannot thank you enough for joining us today. It really is a treat to have you. And
We're so
I don't-
grateful to be here.
Yeah, we want to come back and talk about more.
Well, we'll make that a date, I promise. And I don't think that there's anyone in this valley that doesn't want to learn how to age gracefully, but can be overwhelmed because there's so much new stimuli coming in. Or they knew what they knew before. And I lived in New York City for the last 6 years before I moved here. And living there and treating my body, mind, and beauty was much different
Right.
than I need to do it here. So
Yeah.
I will be in because I feel so strongly about this. And we only have one body.
Yeah,
So-
and our skin does so much for us. It's
Yes.
imperative that we take care of the health of our skin. Deserves that.
And
So-
Cece, to your point too, just to say really quickly, you know, you were talking about being in the city. We have people of all different. We have major athletes. We have huge mountain bikers. You know, professional mountain bikers, professional skiers. You know, we have people that are more in the outdoor industry that you wouldn't think of were as
That's
interested in
great.
this, but they are, and because they recognize, again, as Krissy said, like, our skin is important. It's our health, and they want to look good too. It's, you know, we still want to get outside, but there's nothing wrong with wanting to take care of our skin, just as like there's nothing wrong with going and wanting to work out and taking care of our physical fitness.
Well, thank you, Jessica and Krissy. Maybe that's how I'll get to meet Michaela someday. Don't tell me if she's a client, but she is one of our elite athletes in the Valley, and I know she probably takes care of her skin phenomenally. So with that, thank you so much.
Thank you,
This was Good Day Vail.
Cece.
I'm Cece Zach. This was the Aging Gracefully episode. See you soon.
On your way, the fun is waiting outside your door. Good day, Vail.